Do you want to just start talking about Kapiti Youth Support, KYS, and tell us what it does, a little bit of history?
Okay, it's been around for about 18 years and it was one of the early youth one-stop shops. I think there's about 10 in the country, and they were established because young people, the regional health authority as it was then, covered from Nelson to the Hawke's Bay and across to Wanganui, and they acknowledged that young people were not accessing traditional health services. So they did this study and young people wanted to go to one place that they could access their health and social services, they could see a lawyer, all sorts of things from one place. So they put these RFPs out to communities, and we held public meetings and surveyed all of the young people at the secondary schools to see what they wanted, and we were fortunate to get one. They were funded originally by the Ministry of Health, and then they were eventually devolved down to the DHBs. And they're all quite different, and they've sort of evolved out of the need really of the community. I know ours has, and we have multiple contracts now. We have contracts with MSD, the council, PHO, CCDHB, Mid Central, and we have evolved the service as to what's been happening in our community and then tried to find the resource to fund it. You know, we have a young mums group that we do, and that came because young people were not accessing the Plunket or Horatapai tried to establish a parenting program and they didn't. So, and also, you know, we had a number of suicides at the end of 2006.
In Kapiti?
In Kapiti, 3 within a month, and we really needed to see what was going on in our community and what was the need. And we did a little research evaluation project, and we needed to provide, you know, some drug and alcohol counselling and other needs. So we've developed the services around the needs of the community, of this community, the young people in this community. We're an interdisciplinary team. That means we have doctors and nurses and clinical psychologists and youth workers, mentors, youth reps, which are part of our peer support and youth development program. We have counsellors, and we do programs like our young parents. So quite diverse and quite diverse staff. I employ, there's 30 staff, and many of them are part-time. And it would probably be easier for me to employ one full-time equivalent, but it's actually about acknowledging that young people have different needs, they connect with different people, and so we need to be able to respond to that.
That's great. So you would have young people who maybe just come in to see doctors and nurses, but then at the other end of the continuum you might have quite vulnerable, at-risk young people who might need mental health services, alcohol and drugs. Is that right?
Yeah, definitely. And, you know, we don't advertise, it's all by word of mouth, and often young people will just drop in, and so we need to be able to be responsive to that, because, you know, if you don't, young people will go away and they might never come back.